I just want to vomit. Like I tell dirty jokes, like just wait. But tonight I'm just like, oh man, it's too hot and sweaty in here. No? And you guys are probably tired. No, you're with me? Okay, because the more fun you guys have, the better I'm going to be, like the funnier I'm going to be. So let's just, I don't know where the rest of these motherfuckers went, but fuck those guys that are outside smoking. They're going to miss some solid material. Right. But you know what the worst is? The worst is that my mom's here tonight. Yes, we'll give it up for her. But the worst thing is that my mom was dying. She didn't think most of the people were funny. She's like, they're not funny. And I was like, I know. And she's like, she goes, but she's dying with laughter over fucking Scott Dell fucking a sandwich. The fajita fucking material, she was fucking pissing herself. I'm like, don't laugh at that. That's horrible. I have to give him a ride. He weaseled a ride home later. I'm not happy, you know what I mean? Like, I want to stay on stage as much as possible, and then maybe he'll, like, OD during my time on set. Is he here? Okay. When I drink, I get really yelly, and I tend to lose my voice. So if I go on vacation, I was in Montreal recently, I go on vacation, at the end of the vacation, I'm done. Like, my voice is, like, I'm getting raspy right now. And my mom calls me every day because she's annoying, and she's like, what's wrong with your voice? What's going on? What are you doing? And I'm like, well, I don't know, the usual stuff, Mom, sucking on some sandpaper dicks. What do you want from me? Yeah, she likes that. She likes that. No, I don't. I don't do that. Do you guys know the breakdance move, the worm? You know the worm. Clap if you know the worm. With the worm. Do you think if ladies were to do the worm, it should just be called the baby killer? Right? Like, who needs the stairs, you guys? Let's fucking go out in style, right? Pop, plug, and drop it. Oh, man, my roommate's super annoying sometimes. I would hate to live with someone that had a food allergy, like anaphylaxis, you know what I mean? Right? Because I just don't need that kind of temptation. Fucking leave skid marks in the toilet bowl one more time, I'm cooking with cashews, bitch. Oh, damn. I love living in Canada, mainly because it's never acceptable to be Canadian. If someone asks you what your nationality is, you can't say Canadian because that's not good enough. People are always like, Canadian, but what are you really? And a lot of times people are like, I bet you're Russian. And I get it a lot. I'm like, what the fuck is this with this Russian shit? Like, why does everyone think I'm Russian? And then I realize it's because people think I look like a whore. As if I'm walking around the streets going, are you looking for a wife? Borscht? Or blowjob. I'm not doing that, but I do go to the clubs a lot. And I actually had a guy last night came up to me and my hoary-looking friends, and he was like, hey, are you? His pickup line was, hey, are you girls Russian? And I turned him on like, why? You think we look like whores? And some of them totally look like whores. It's true. And you look at my clothes and you look at me and you think, okay, maybe Canadian, like ghetto chic, but my face, guys, my face. Definitely says whore. Definitely. But it's funny because I'm with these girls last night, and I didn't know some of them, and I was getting introduced to some of these girls, and my girlfriend goes, oh, and Sasha, by the way, she's a lesbian. So I'm like, nice to meet you. I don't like to suck dick either. I mean, I still will, right? But when I suck cock, I prefer to use my vagina, right? I don't know if you guys are familiar, but it feels a lot better than, I don't know, choking. That's if you're lucky. That's if you're lucky. And I tell guys, I'm like, I keep it real. I'm like, listen, my vagina sucks a mean peen. Let's do this. Holler at some Kegels. She likes it. She's like, oh, I totally do that. What is that? You do? I don't need to. Oh, you don't need to? Why are people owing her for that?
There he is. Shut up, me later.
shitting on someone. Like, I don't know about you guys, but never have I had anyone fuck the shit out of me. That has never happened. I don't want it to happen, but like maybe for $1,000. You got bills to pay. For the longest time, I had so many of my guy friends always come up to me and tell me that, like, whenever they date, like, a model or a super hot chick, and they look at me, they're like, you know, good-looking girls, they're bad in bed. They're the worst in bed. Like, oh, okay. And I'm like, okay, all right, sure. And then I'm like, what's wrong? And, like, recently, my guy friend was like, yo, I dated this model, and she fucking was the worst in bed. She just lied there. She's starfished, is what I call her, fucking starfish. And it's like, I'm like, okay, you gotta cut these girls some slack. You gotta give them a break, because if look at them, it's not their fault they're bad in bed. They're just so used to getting raped all the time. And it probably starts at a young age, right? Cousins, uncles, brothers. When I say brothers, I mean black guys. I mean, you're 14, you're at the mall, you make mistakes. So I went to work the other day, and my boss has a cold, right? And she's sipping on her tea, and she's complaining. She's like, oh my God, my throat hurts so much I can't even swallow. And I'm like, well, I guess you're just going to have to spit. And apparently I'm disgusting. I'm like, I know you're not in love. What are you swallowing for? I thought you were trying to lose 10 pounds for summer. I've seen your thighs. Right? You don't need that extra caloric intake. You just, you know what I mean? Shut your mouth. Anyways, here's a tip. Don't go around insinuating that your boss is sucking cock in the workplace. Why? Because I don't have a job now. So, that's not funny. I legit need a job. Like, this isn't because my comedy career is going so well. You guys, I'm in Brampton, and it's sweaty, and they paid me in chicken wings and a couple of beer tickets. Yeah, holler. Thank you. Give that. And I appreciate it. I'm not saying good. Let's get it real awkward up in here. But I do like to give unsolicited advice. It's kind of a problem. I don't like it when people do it to me, but I'll fucking do it to them any day. And I tell my girlfriends, I'm like, yo, girls, you know your diet's not working when black guys are still hitting on you. I'm like, fuck, you don't need a scale. Like, lose the scale. Just go down to a mall or a bus stop or a Popeye's chicken. Walk around for like 7 minutes. They're not shy. They'll let you know. That little stroll. And they're like, damn, girl, you got a fat ass. Thank you. Point taken. Great. I'm going to go start myself. And then you go home and you're just like, I don't want to be a single mom. And yes, that's offensive. But you can't use other nationalities. Like, it's not like you can walk around being like, oh no, all these Jewish guys are hitting on me. I don't want my bills paid on time. I love a Jew. You know what I mean? I really do. So business savvy and shrewd and like so happy to be with you in public. Okay. The radio sucks 90% of the time. But who I hate the most, I don't know about you guys, but I think that Kesha should change her name to Chlamydia and just stop this whole routine. Like, she's the only pop star that's trying to make dirt and bacteria look sexy. Right? She's the type of bitch that I call hotaneous. You could meet her at the club and then next thing you know, fuck her in the alleyway, right? Back alley style. Right? But then when you get there, you get there and you're about to put it in, like she's in the position, you're ready, okay? And then she's there and she's like, oh yeah. And then she's like, no, stop. And you're like, what? Why? You're like, not here. She goes, in the dumpster. And that's how STDs were made. You know what I mean? Can you imagine? Next thing you know, like, she's not making designer perfumes, guys. People will be like, oh shit, you got the Kesha? Call me in 2 weeks to get that shit cleared up. But I love how they're calling STDs STIs. It's just an infection, guys. It's not a disease. You don't even need to wear a condom, right, Brampton? I can just hear some of you guys being like, what? It's an infection? We're raw dogging it tonight. Yeah. And to that I say, no, actually, that's not a good idea because there's still fucking AIDS and herpes and babies. You can't just rub ointment on a baby and expect it to go away in a few days. Trust me, I've tried. The kids still yelling at me from the dumpster. Oh, poor baby Kesha. I don't want to have kids. I don't know if you've noticed. The last thing in the world for me right now would to have a kid. I would rather have cancer, guys, than have a kid. Because at least with cancer, I know I can beat that shit. I'm white. I can't get away with that stuff. You know what I mean? It is. Write that down. Follow me on Twitter. Okay. I can make cancer jokes. Why? Because I had a cancer scare. That's how you kill the room. But I'm cool now, but literally I had a tumor on my left ovary. Yes, I did. A tiny little tumor. And after like going to the hospital like zillions of times, I had 2 different doctors on 2 separate occasions tell me this. So these tumors, they can grow teeth and hair. That's what you want to hear when you're in the like, what? I'm like, okay. So, and I tell my girlfriend, she's like, no, shut up, stop lying. And I'm like, no, seriously, it's growing bangs and a gap tooth smile. I have an emoticon growing inside of me. Bitch looking like Quasimodo and shit. Like, no, get out of here. Okay, we're gonna switch it up, okay? I think Jesus was a person. No, I think he's pro-choice, if not pro-abortion. Oh, listen up, I'll tell you why. Okay, we'll just look at his legacy. Okay, first of all, he wasn't a virgin. We would know that. We would fucking know that. And he didn't have any kids. We would know that too. But he went around from town to town preaching. He had 12 groupie hoes, and the ultimate fucking thing in the world, he was turning water into wine, guys. Ultimate panty remover patty. Ultimate panty remover tricks. Are you kidding me? And even if you weren't down with Christianity and like your family was Jewish or whatever, like who wouldn't want to fuck Jesus? He's performing miracles. What I'm saying is Jesus was fucking bitches. He was fucking mad bitches, leaving all the time, and there's no kids. Where are the kids? Okay. I haven't done that joke in a really long time. I'm gonna work on it though. There's something there. But like just imagine Jesus. Like imagine him being all like, hey girl, go fetch me some water. Right, because Jesus is black, everyone knows. And, obviously. And then he'd be like, oh, to like John and Peter or whatever the fuck their names are. He's like, shit, I don't even know what's going to happen. And then he fucking gets her drunk and then bangs the bitch. And they didn't... What? You guys are acting like they didn't have coat hangers 2,000 years ago. That's how that joke's supposed to end. I forgot it and then I got it back. Yay! Jokes, yay! I'm sweaty as a motherfucker in here. Okay. Remember, okay, I know Brampton, I know you guys smoke weed. Okay, we're on board. Okay, right? Clap.
Hamilton too.
Hamilton? Yeah. Wow. I'm super excited about that. Hamilton. I like you. You're super cute. You're here for the whole like time, and you're probably sweaty as me. I feel like Josh Infeld in here. Have you seen that was the Jewish guy that told the offensive stuff? I feel like him right now. That's not fuckable. Ever. In a million years. Should I sit down? In a zillion years. He's still hopeful. Actually, I'm going to tell you something. This has nothing to do with like my jokes, but comics think because I'm a comedian that they could talk to me. Right? So that people chat me up on Facebook and stuff, and they'd be like, hey, how's it going? Hey, and I'm like, fuck, what the fuck is this little fucking 21-year-old waste of sweatiness talking to me? And then because of some of my material, they're like, oh, I like to fuck Asians too. And I'm like, what? And then he's like, I love eating pussy. Oh, I love eating pussy. And I'm like, are we fucking having this conversation? Next time I'm see you, I'm gonna stab you. Like, just because we both tell dick jokes doesn't mean I want anything to do with your dick. Like, stop. Anyways, that's just venting. There's no punchline there at all, apparently. But you're laughing, so you're on board. So I'm happy about that. Okay, remember the first time everyone smokes weed or has smoked weed? By a round of applause. Are we on board? We here? Are we with me? Yes. Promise this is gonna be. Oh my God, can I get a fan or like some ice? Remember the first time you ate the weed, though? You ate the cookie or you ate the brownie. Some people are laughing because they know where I'm going with this. You're a kid, you didn't know, and you're like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome, perfect. This is gonna be awesome. This is not distracting at all. So you go and you eat the cookie and you're like, it's delicious, we're gonna have fun, and an hour later nothing happens. So because you're dumb, you're like, fuck, let's eat another one, yeah! And then 3 hours later, again, nothing happens, and next thing you know, you have to go to work because it's 8 hours later and you're still not high, but then you get to work and all of a sudden you can't fucking see straight and your whole body's shaking, you're like, what the fuck? And your boss is like, you look weird, and I'm like, you try not to make eye contact, and you're like, holy fuck, and then 24 hours later, you're screaming, naked on the kitchen floor, just being like, I don't want to be high anymore, and your boyfriend's like, fucking calm down, your parents are upstairs, and you're like, don't fucking tell me to calm down, so you stab him. Yeah. Remember the good old days when you could stab your boyfriend and get away with it? You know what I mean? Like, girlfriend stab you, fucking pussy, like, that was the best. She loves it. It's like your mom. Your mom loves it. You're not so much, but your mom's totally down. She's totally down. So my ex-boyfriend is still texting me. Not the one that I stabbed, but he probably would too if that was a long time ago. And I'm cordial, I'm nice when I text him back and, you know, back and forth, but he likes to keep tabs on me, and this is a legit text conversation. This isn't a joke, this is a real story, okay? You ready for this? He's like, are you going on dates with guys? And I'm like, yeah, hey guys, let me just tell the story and then I'll totally, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah? No? Okay. Fine. So this is for you, sister. So he texts me and he's like, are you dating guys? Da, da, da. And I'm like, yeah, of course I'm dating. We're not together. Of course I'm dating guys. But I text him back, right, because I run a recycling program. You know what I mean? Just in case. Come on over. I don't know if you guys like to recycle, but this bitch, yeah, good for the environment. So he's like, so these guys that you're dating, he literally texts me this. He's like, these guys that you're dating, he goes, are you kissing these guys? And I go, I'm Sicilian, I kiss my father. And he goes, no, you know what I mean. Are you kissing them on the lips? So I text back and I'm like, no, only on their penises. Yeah! And he hates that joke. But can you imagine, like, for real, like, if a guy took me out on a date and I'm like, okay, this is my house, thank you so much, I had such a good time. Okay, good night. Dude's just like, holy shit, she just kissed me on the penis, good night. And then every time he goes on a date with a girl, she goes in for, like, the kiss, he just does the whole head push maneuver that we love so much. Oh, please keep doing that and I'll fucking stab you. Oh my. But there's one thing about my ex-boyfriend I have to mention. Please turn off your phones. I have to mention, he's, my ex-boyfriend, he's Asian. What? And that's the reaction I usually get. People are always like so stunned. Don't worry, they're not here, you guys. So we're good. But whenever I tell people, it's like I fucking whipped out my tampon and hit them in the face. Is it true what they say about Asians? Because you look like a Knight Rider, so that makes no sense to me. They're like, is it true what they say about Asians? Is it true? And you know what? I'm going to set the record straight. I've lived in Vancouver. I've dated enough Asians. I want to set the record straight. Yes, it's true what they say about Asians. They're wicked at math. Yeah. My ex-boyfriend was a motherfucking mathlete. He was doing my taxes and shit, and he was hung like a horse. And when I say horse, I mean My Little Pony. So I'm single. But I have a tip for guys. I have a tip for guys with small dicks. Okay, I do. I've dealt with it. Okay, listen up though. This is why I know all the tricks. Okay, I have a tip, and even if you have a big dick, tell your small dick friends, please. Fucking pass along this knowledge. Key. Okay, here it is. Just don't talk to me. Like, don't waste everyone's time. Don't waste my time, because you know there's a guy with a legit dick that wants to get with this, and you're just getting in the fucking way. That's the worst thing is. The worst thing is you're dating a guy and you're like, this is gonna be awesome, and in your mind, because women know the night you're gonna fuck the guy if he doesn't screw up, you know. So you're gonna see, or whatever, you're gonna play with his dick at one point, right? He's gonna have to whip it out, but you don't ever know for sure. So you get there and you get to the point and you're making out, whatever, and then he fucking baby carrot. And then you have to pretend you're all tired and shit, or like you feel gross because of the surf and turf that you ate earlier, or whatever. And then you feel bad, so you start making out with him anyway, and you're like, what do you do? And then next thing you know, it just fucking flips in, and then you're accidentally getting raped. Because and you're just lying there, and you're like, accidental rape is basically when you don't say no, right? But you don't give consent either. So you're just lying there, and you're like, oh my god, is it in? Is that what's happening right now? And you're like, fuck, I hope this doesn't take long. I hope he gives me money for, cab fare. Screw you, that's not a good scene. That's what I'm saying. Have a big dick, or just go home. Okay. Yeah! That's right! But the truth is, guys, I've dated so many Asians that I myself am like a typical Asian woman. It's true. It's true. I'm obsessed with Hello Kitty. I don't know if anyone else is. I'm obsessed with Hello Kitty. I throw up deuces in photos, and I cry when I come. I don't know if you guys watch Asian porn, but that shit is fucked up. Why are these girls crying? Like, how small does your dick have to be for you to get off on making a girl cry? These girls are like, these Asian girls are like running around like, rape me, but they're Asian, so it'd be like, lape me.
I like to say hello to your kid.
Yeah, I bet you would. You can shut the fuck up. Did you not listen the last fucking 5 minutes? You know what's funny though? I'm going to talk about this right now. There's this huge controversial whatever about the fact that Daniel Tosh, Tosh Pino, everyone, that he made a fucking rape joke.
Yeah.
And this chick got all upset, and it was like totally not a big deal. Like, he was like, what do you guys want to talk about? Someone yelled rape, and then some girl was like, no, ew, I don't want to talk about rape. And then he goes, well, sounds like she got raped by 5 guys. And that's funny to me, right? But she fucking freaked out. Like, she lost her mind and complained, and it's got back to Canada, and I know about it. And like all the comics are like freaking out, and I'm like, listen, I don't have a problem with rape jokes. Rape, on the other hand, I have a problem with. You know what I mean? Like, as if I haven't been raped. Give me a break. Guys approach me and it's like, yeah, I know what I look like, Russian whore, whatever. But the thing is that I know what you look like too. And if you're not a strong 7, or at least super rich, no such thing as an ugly rich man, you're probably gonna have to rape me if you want some. It's probably gonna happen. I didn't want to talk about that, but I just had to. I just had to talk about it. Armando. Swear to God. And I was thinking, yes, it's gonna be sexual love, it's gonna be awesome. We went to a scary movie, blah 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 blah. He takes me home. He talked about how sexy he thought he was, but never at any moment did he even try to even nothing. Like, didn't touch me at all. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Is he gay? Like, what's happening? And I was like really frustrated. So here I am on a Friday night at home alone. Like, what am I gonna do now? Cry and masturbate at the same time? Like, what do I look like? My mother? She likes it. And this is the thing. This is the thing. Is my mom's been single for fucking so long that I don't know how her masturbation routine is at all. Like, I don't want to know, but I would only imagine that because every time she masturbates, she reminds her of her loneliness, and the tears would just flow, and she could use it for lube, you know. She's almost dried up. I have so many jokes, guys. So many, and I'm really getting sweaty and tired. Do I look disgusting? Because I feel gross. But I'm gonna leave you on this little bit. A lot of people ask me, like, so what do you like? Like, what do you go for in a guy? Like, what's your type? It's not actually Asian, but sometimes it is. And I don't know what I want, but I know what I don't want. So I wrote that shit down, son. And women's and daughters. Okay, here it goes. I just wrote this down. Okay, here it goes. If you own less than 5 pairs of shoes, you're done. If you think sandals count as shoes, you're done. If you have breasts that are larger than mine when I was in the 7th grade, you're done. If your thighs are smaller than mine, I hate that, you're done. If your favorite musician of all time is Elvis, it can be number 2, but number 1, ew, what are you, my grandpa? You're done. If you're fine with wearing clothing in public with stains on them, get the fuck out of here. If you never floss, like never. I know that flossing's not fun, you know what I mean? But like never, like you're like okay, be like, yeah, I never floss. Okay, you're done. If you don't wear cologne, you're done. I don't want to know what you naturally smell like. Fuck off. If you don't shave your balls, and you've never tried throwing some baby powder on them shits, you're done. It's summertime, guys. If you refer to alcohol as remover, because saying panty remover isn't classy in a restaurant, then you're my dad. That's gross. If your name is Aubrey, you're done. And that includes Drake. He's fucking done. If your t-shirt collection consists of mainly V-necks, what? You shouldn't be showing off more cleavage than me, bro. Like, that's... V stands for vagina. You're done. This goes without saying. I don't even need to say this, but I'm going to anyway. If you don't eat pussy, step to the left. If you're not circumcised, you better be big-sized. I should change that to just, you guys know. Circumcised and big. Because I had the time I was like, I told this guy, and he's like, well, I'm circumcised. And I'm like, and he's like, when can we go out? And I'm like, never. How much is a penis enlargement? I don't even know. Okay. If you still live with your parents, you're done. I don't care if the basement is all yours. You're done. Yeah. If you're letting your chest hair become your back hair and you're cool with it, like if I can braid that shit, and I've met a dude that can braid that shit, and I called him out on it, and he said to me, and he almost cried a little, he had a lip quiver, and he goes, why don't you just accept me for me? And I was like, you don't have to fucking be a werewolf, fuck. So he deleted me off BBM, fuck him. If you have a mustache outside of November, you're done. If you think it's cool to dress like my grandpa and people call it a hipster, you're done. If you're literally and figuratively cockier than I am, you're done. If you don't know that I'm joking 90% of the time, you're done.
Yeah.
If we meet for drinks, and you don't fucking buy me a drink, I'm clearly not gonna suck your dick. Like, come on. Fucking, I need to be lubricated for that. If we ever go Dutch, no, done. If you don't sleep with me after we sleep together, I won't return your calls. Give me a fucking break. No, I'm gonna skip that one. Oh, how about this one? If you're under 25, I might use you for sex. But I'm not telling your friends about it. Come on. If your BMI is unhealthy, okay, if you're fat, I might fuck you, like, but strictly doggy style. Like, that's it. I don't want to see your face or your body or anything. I can totally pretend you're somebody else. Awesome. If you smoke or do coke, no. You're disgusting. You stink and you're a horrible person. If your hair is more bountiful than mine, you're done. If you have kids, you're done. If you're married or engaged, then stop hitting on me. What the fuck? You're such a prick. If you know guys that like insult you to try to get you to like, no, I don't. That's not. No, you can't. Sorry. Get the fuck out of my face. You're done. If you insinuate that I should suck your dick ever before you've taken me out on multiple dates.
Totally done.
Okay, we should like do this back and forth. Okay. Ladies, if you're seeing someone else, I'll pretend I don't know you in public. Okay, second page. Oh, wait. If on our first date you're unemployed and thinking about becoming a comic and hate animals, then go fuck yourself. That happened to me. What? You're using me to try to get in the comedy scene and you hate animals? Really, bro? If your car is a fistful of tokens. If I ask you, how's your dick, and your reply is, well, I haven't had any complaints, that means you have a small dick, because there's no guy out there that's packing heat that is fucking shy about having a big dick, okay? I don't have any complaints, because girls will rather get accidentally raped than complain about you having a baby carrot for a dick. It's true. Okay. Finally, you guys, if your thing is anal sex, then go fuck a dude. I'm done.
That's why I don't give her the wireless microphone. This thing's gone through hell and back. Sylvana, everybody! Holy crap. Oh, that was a fun, dirty show, eh, guys? We'll do this again in probably about 2 months. I mean, we have shows all the time, but the dirty show will be back in October, I think, is when we're thinking of having this back, around my birthday. So, again, Scott, Dell, Sylvana, closed the show. It was awesome. We stuck Darren in the middle of them. That was a little awkward, but we got it done. Did you guys have fun tonight?